All right, so we're going to begin our film series here on Calvin Anderson. We're going to take a look at right tackle, right? He played left tackle against the Carolina Panthers because Garrett Bowles had to sit out due to COVID protocols. But we're going to look at this Raiders game here where he got to start at right tackle. And what's going to happen here, the Broncos backed up on their first drive. I mean, the special teams to start this game was abysmal for Denver. But as you notice, they have a 2 tight end set. Actually, they have a 3 tight end set. It's actually 13 personnel because you have Troy Fumagalli, Nick Vannett, and then you have Noah Fant right here with one running back in the backfield, Melvin Gordon. So this is heavy protection set here. And Calvin Anderson, he's located right here. What you're going to see, you've got a Max Crosby playing right here. You have what we call a 3 technique playing right here on Graham Glasgow. Because the 3 technique is the nearest threat and because you have 2 guys right here, the Broncos blocking scheme, you're going to see Calvin Anderson help out here on the 3 technique with Graham Glasgow. So let's let the play happen here for the Broncos. But yeah, I mean, this was not an ideal start for Denver special teams-wise. It was rough. It was abysmal. But let's take a look at the end zone angle here because we get a better look at the offensive formation. We get a better look at how the defense is aligned. And we get to see how Denver adjusts accordingly. Now, as you can see out of heavy protection, 13 personnel, you have a 1 technique right here. You have a 3 technique right here. And then what we have right here is what we talk about the inside shade tackle, 4-eye, 5, 6. You have a 7 tech right here altogether. So what's going to happen is you're going to see boom, boom. This guy's going to reach right here, and then he's going to be responsible for blocking number 50. Fumagalli is. And then Melvin Gordon's going to try to get at least positive yardage. Get them out of the shadow of their own end zone. But really, nice crash down there by Calvin Anderson. I think he's got a strong anchor. He's athletic. He's fast enough to be able to step down quickly. I like what I see from Calvin. Small sample size, but something maybe the Broncos can build on in 2021. The Broncos right here, they are in 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, and they're going to shift Noah Fant and Nick Vannett over to the offensive left side. Now, you have man coverage right here from Trayvon Mullen on Jerry Jeudy. Can't guard him. I mean, you're going to have to hold him. And then you have Calvin Anderson. He's going to have a one-on-one here against the outside defensive end here. He's going to just have that one-on-one. He's going to try to get around the edge. Calvin, in my opinion, on this play, does a good job with this kick step, being able to engaged. Now, he's got his anchor. He's got that back foot planted, and he's still, I'd say his base is a little wide there, but he looks like he adjusts there, and then he's going to kind of bring down number 94. Not sure if you can call that holding. I mean, it's certainly possible. I mean, it's subjective these days in the National Football League, but I think initially Calvin Anderson's got a good first step. He's been one of those guys that Mike Munchak has stashed away on the active roster the last 2 seasons. He's got, I think, the traits there. Now, look, one thing I like here, nice base in between the legs right there, hip width, shoulder distance. He's going to attack wide, so he's going to attack there. He's not going to overcommit. That's one thing I like. Sometimes you see tackles overcommit. He engages. Now he's trying to knock the arm down. He's trying to swim, and now Calvin's going to double back, and he's going to kind of plant him in the ground a little bit. That's a pretty good rep there. It's a nice little one-on-one. All right, Calvin here is still playing the right tackle position. Now you're going to have an inside move by Max Crosby. Initially, Calvin's first step is to kick step outward. He sees that Max Crosby's coming in, so he adjusts accordingly. You've got number 97 cross and face, and they're trying to execute a stunt here, but Drew Lock gets the ball out quickly here to Noah Fant, who gets yards after the catch and run. First down for the Broncos. They're moving the chains here. Let's take a look from the other angle here for Calvin Anderson. Now, as you see, Calvin is right here. He's next to Noah Fant. Obviously, this is a passing play. And you can see based on the initial alignment of Max Crosby, Calvin Anderson is going to protect outside in. Okay, because as a tackle, this guy's usually coming on the outside, so you want to be able to protect your quarterback from an outside edge rush. So watch the footwork right here. Watch how Calvin quickly adjusts the moment that he sees Max Crosby step inside for a quick second. Boom! He makes that shuttle step there. Graham Glasgow is going to attack the inside shoulder. Calvin's going to attack the outside shoulder. Now you got 97 trying to clog the interior, so Graham and Lloyd Cushenberry had to protect here on the interior. Now this guy's going to try to wrap outside because he's trying to crash in. Luckily, Drew Lock gets the ball out of his hands quickly here and finds Noah Fant, the open guy in the flat, catch and run, yards after the catch, first down Denver. I love bootleg, folks. It's one of my favorite plays in the game because it causes misdirection. The Broncos here, they're going to bootleg, reverse pivot back to the offensive right side, but they're going to down block on the defensive right side. They're going to create flow going this way for the Raiders, then they're going to come back around and hit it there. So Calvin Anderson right now, he's got a guy on him. Here's Max Crosby in the apex between Nick Vannett and him, and then you have a 3 technique right here on Graham Glasgow. So Calvin Anderson, he's going to help down. They're going to crash down here on the 3 tech, and then Drew Lock's going to come backside here. As you can see, He's going to crash it down there. Pretty good job right there. Now he's got one free rusher in his face, throws it, connects with Tim Patrick. This was a play that worked really well for Denver last season, and the offensive line in general, not just Calvin Anderson, they did a great job. And here's the thing I want to highlight about Calvin Anderson. This is where I'm going to pause the tape here. The thing I like the most about Calvin Anderson, and look, it's a small sample size, but you guys can go back on the NFL All 22 Game Pass. You guys can go through and you can watch and make the judgment for yourself, but I feel like for Calvin Anderson, he is athletic. He is quick for his position at the right tackle position. He's quicker than Elijah Wilkinson. He's quicker than DeMar Dotson. He's stronger and he's younger, which means he has a lot of room to develop under Mike Munchak. Now, because of the 3 technique here, he's going to crash down and drive, and I think he has a pretty strong anchor. He's got some power to him. He drives his feet. He keeps his feet churning. I love that. You can get an opportunity to do that. Juwan James should be back in 2021, but look, don't sleep on Calvin Anderson just yet, folks. Boot action, run action once again here for the Broncos. And what you're going to see here, Max Crosby's lined up on the inside shade of Nick Vannett, the tight end here. The Broncos, they have a 2 tight end set with Noah Fant. Nick Vannett, 1 running back here with Filthy Phil, Phillip Lindsay, KJ Hamler right here, Jerry Jeudy at the top of the screen there. But the Broncos here, Graham Glasgow, he's got a 3 technique on him right here. So what Denver's going to do here, another bootleg action. Calvin Anderson's going to block down on the 3. You're going to have down blocks altogether by the offensive line. And a lot of people are going to ask me, and I want to answer this before, how come Calvin Anderson doesn't stay here to block Max Crosby? Well, you're going to leave Nick Vannett here in a one-on-one, but you're going to give him some help. How is that going to be, though? You're going to bring Noah Fant back underneath in pass protection, so you're going to have 2 tight ends helping out there, and Jerry Jeudy is going to be the guy that's getting open, and Drew Lock's going to fire it across his body there. I'm not quite a fan of throwing it across body, but look, it worked here, I guess you can say. But here's the thing for Calvin Anderson. Something that stands out to me that I really like is just his anchor. I mean, like I said, he's a guy that plays with a low center of gravity. He's athletic, versatile, has great hips, in my opinion. Great hips, great footwork, being able to move laterally, step quickly, and adjust. He does that. So he's going to block down here. He's going to keep driving his feet on 97 as he keeps going across. Drew Lock's going to come backside. Bam, he's going to find Jerry Jeudy here. Just watch the offensive line here. They do a really good job. And I think Denver, for the most part of this game, their O-line played really well. Drew Lock, towards the second half, started holding the ball a little bit too long. Now, we've got Calvin Anderson right here. Noah Fant's right next to him. Max Crosby's out wide. Noah Fant's going out for a route because this is a passing play by the Broncos. Drew Lock's going to take a shot to Jerry Jeudy down the left side. And I like how Calvin Anderson initially responds here. He's going to obviously do his kick step. Crosby's going to come wide. Crosby tries to dip his shoulder a little bit, and I think that Calvin does a good job adjusting because what he does is he anchors back and he pushes his hands out, and he kind of pushes him a little bit further away, right? Even though he's trying to climb towards Drew Lock, he's pushing him backwards, so he's getting depth. So as long as Drew Lock doesn't get depth backwards, he's good. Now watch right there. Good hand battle right there. Good job pushing away. Max Crosby can't get there in time because it's a load-up shot down the left sideline for Jerry Jeudy. Unfortunately, it falls incomplete, but let's take a look at it from the end zone angle. Let's reverse it. Okay, so as we're going to see right here, Noah Fant, he's going to be releasing for a route. Max Crosby obviously wide, so Calvin's got to focus on kick stepping here. Graham Glasgow's got to focus on Arden Key right there. So what's going to happen here, you're going to see it, bam, bam, bam. Nice engagement there with the right arm. Okay, now this is where he's got to use his lateral quickness to be able to step, and that's exactly what he does. Now, even though that Crosby tries the shoulder bend right here to try to get low, Calvin turns around, he's pushing him upfield. That's exactly what he is supposed to do. That's what Mike Munchak coaches him to do. That's a good rep in a one-on-one against one of the NFL's best defensive ends. I like that play there. The Broncos really scheme ways up to get a numbers advantage in terms of blocking. As you can see right here, a 2 tight end set. You have Nick Vannett. He's inline, no scrimmage. He's one of those guys that could be a moving piece, and he's actually going to come backside on a motion here. But the Broncos, they're going to reach block here from the right side. So the offensive right, they're reaching. So Nick Vannett's going to reach against Max Crosby. You're going to have Calvin Anderson trying to reach against number 95. And Denver's offensive line, they're just trying to seal the backside pursuit, right? Because ideally, when you have a run play going to the offensive left, defensive right, you want to try to seal off these guys from being able to pursue. So really, it's a numbers game, blocking, trying to get to the next level and seal. That's what they're doing here. I think the Broncos do a really good job of being able to seal initially. This springs up Melvin Gordon for a nice little the offensive left side, a little bit of a freeze there, lag in the overall recording here. I'm not sure why. That's kind of weird. But the show must go on, folks. We're going to continue on here with the end zone angle, taking another look at it here. Okay, I think this is the best way to be able to see where the Broncos are going, right? The reach right here, boom, trying to reach right here and seal, and then you're just going to have help. I mean, you're really trying to work double, work up to the linebackers, because these guys right here, if you can initially take care of this, which I believe Noah Fant is going to actually pick up this guy, what you're going to see is you're going to work down. You're going to try to get this guy's a near threat. Obviously, this guy's a near threat. You have to find a way to make sure that these guys can't make the pursuit on that side, because if these guys get wide, the play is dead. I mean, if this guy, if he gets all the way out here untouched, if he gets here untouched, they have nowhere to go. Melvin Gordon, the cutback lane may not be there because you're clogging, you're reaching, you have these reach blocks, and you're always going to have a free guy. So there's a lot of chaos here. Melvin Gordon's able to run through some arm tackles here. He's able to make a play, get bounced to the outside. This is beautiful blocking all around by the Broncos. As you can see, they have a bunch tray formation here. Tim Patrick's got a guy lined up right here, but Tim's not going to block this guy. What's going to happen is Tim's actually going to block the safety. Noah Fant's going to block this guy. Calvin's going to block down, and this is going to be an off-tackle run to the offensive right side, to the defensive left. Really just great blocking there. Now, Crosby shifts inside. That's great. KJ Hamler, he's the smokescreen guy, right? We're running motion. We're going to get the defense to flow to the right, and we're actually going to run it to their left, right? It's trying to get that numbers advantage. And then Denver really executes as a blocking unit altogether, from the wide receiver, from the tight end. This is a good gain on 3rd and 1. Denver's able to move the chains here. 6-yard gain there by Melvin Gordon. But once again, folks, I mean, even seeing it from the sideline angle, you can't get the true vibe of how good the blocking really was. Now, Max Crosby getting over. Okay, so now here we go. It makes it a lot easier for Calvin Anderson. Bam! We're going to block down. And then Noah Fant, he's going to block down on the corner because the corner's going to step inside, so he's going to pick him up. Tim Patrick's going to come, and he's going to block number 38. And then KJ Hamler, obviously the smokescreen guy, he's going to run guys off here. But I just think it's overall a great emphasis in terms of what the Broncos want from their offensive line. Their skill players, it's a collaborative communication effort on them blocking. Coach Azani, Coach Munchak, they've done a really good job there. Now, on this play, Max Crosby's going to get the best of Calvin Anderson. Now, what's going to happen? The Raiders are going to walk up number 50 to the edge of the line of scrimmage, and the tendency of what the Broncos anticipate that they're going to do, because it is the strength side to the defensive left, so it's a Liz call. From the offensive perspective, it's a rip call. They're anticipating that they're going to slant, so I'm going to walk up the linebacker here. They think he's going to play the edge right here. He's going to play the contained slant. Denver's going to think they're going to slant, and how I anticipate that, and I could be totally wrong here. This is just me putting it out there based on what I'm seeing. Calvin's first step is outside, right? Crosby's right here. He takes an outside step, even though there's 3 tech right there. So he's trying to protect here on this play. Now, Crosby's just going to take the inside track. He's not there, right? So now Calvin commits to stepping outside. Same thing with Van Nett and same thing with Noah Fant. And you're going to see Crosby's going to shoot inside. He's going to tackle Phillip Lindsay in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. This was Calvin Anderson's first start in the National Football League. Something he can learn from, right? You're going to take the mistakes that you make on the field. You're going to take that into the offseason, work on what you have to fix, and make those adjustments there. But as you can see, Max Crosby right here, this is where the vibe comes in, okay? 50 is going to walk up to the line of scrimmage right here, and based on that look, he's outside, which means that you can anticipate he's going to attack and keep his outside hand free to force the edge here. And then if a slant, I mean, there's really nowhere for the running back to go here. This is why a lot of teams run counter. But because Crosby is right here, Calvin Anderson's anticipating, okay, I'm going to step out this way because he's right here. He goes inside instead, and look, I mean, he wins that advantage there, that one-on-one matchup, and makes an incredible play. Max Crosby had a phenomenal year for the Raiders this season. Good play to learn from for Calvin Anderson. This is a great rep here by Calvin Anderson. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking film suggestions, who you want to see, games, players, drives, whatever it may be, in the comment section down below. But right here, this is a pass play, and Drew Lock, in my opinion, holds on to the ball a little too long here. But Calvin Anderson's set here from the right tackle position is beautiful because he's going to have the outside guy. He's going to kick step out, make contact. The outside guy, defensive end, he's going to go inside. He's going to leverage him in there. He's going to help out here. So I'm going to let you watch it from the sideline angle. Then I'm going to pause it up. I'm going to do a little bit of drawing here with my little telestrator. Blip, 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 blip. I'm going to do that right afterwards. But Drew holds on to the ball a little too long here. Offensive line, in my opinion, gives him time. I understand when there's coverage, great coverage, you're going to extend it outside. But throw it away if you don't see it open fit here. So now, going to pause it right here. Okay, as you can see, there's a wide guy here. Noah Fant, he's going to release for a route. Phillip Lindsay's going to release for a route as well. So Calvin, his responsibility is to kick step wide to take number 94. He does just that. 94 is going to come wide, and then he's going to come back inside. They're going to try to execute a stunt while this guy steps upfield, and he's going to try to get there. Calvin does a great job. Engaging 94, great base, hip width, distance apart. He goes inside. He's going to crash down, help out on the 3 technique or the split apex right here with 95, and he's going to give Drew Lock time here. Now I want you guys to watch it for yourself. I'm going to pause it at the right moment just so you guys can see right there. Great engagement. Look at that hip width distance. That's pretty good base. Got a solid anchor. He's firm, and he's got hands on. Now, 95, 98, he's going to go inside, so he's going to work him. 95's coming upfield, so as you can see right here, bam. Now he's going to come in, he's going to club and help out on Graham. Now he's saying, hey, Graham, he's coming inside. So now they should have inside-out accountability. Now because Drew Lock, he's looking right here. Ideally, I feel like he could have fired it quickly to Phillip Lindsay, but then again, hindsight's 2020. Well, now it's 2021, folks, but you catch the drift there. So they're double teaming right there. Drew's going to extend to the right outside the pocket, so that allows this guy, instead of him committing to coming inside, which he should have if Drew's staying in the pocket, Drew's going to extend outside, so he's going to bow out. So Calvin's going to double back right here. He's going to step, and he's going to try to give Drew some extra time there. Drew kind of pumps and then throws it into Phillip Lindsay a lot later, but that's a pretty good rep there by Calvin Anderson, folks. I like Calvin. Maybe he could be the Broncos' right tackle after 2021, maybe in 2022. He might be the starter there.